Hello and welcome to 5 Good Things, where we focus on uplifting stories and positive developments from around the world. I'm Charlie Budd and this is episode 3. Thank you for joining me. And here are the 5 stories that will warm your heart, tickle your curiosity, and maybe even make you smile out loud. They are Finders Givers, Joy Sneaks In, Welsh Chapel Dream, World Photography Awards, and Gents Are Real Cards.
Still there.
We're terribly forgetful in the UK. According to research, we lose about 8 billion items a year. My wife Jules would probably tell you that I lose about half of those. But anyway, there's a group of people who in their spare time help people find thousands of these missing items, metal detectorists. Detectorists are well known for scouring fields, hoping to find Roman coins and Saxon hoards. But a group of them have come together to help people find valuable items, such as wedding rings and phones. It all started when Morley Howard accidentally became a metal detectorist. He saw a metal detector at a car boot sale, thought, oh, it's interesting, bought it, contacted the manufacturer to find out how the hell it worked, and they told him it was a rare underwater detector. That wasn't much use to him, so he sold it for 30 times more than the buying price, and he decided to spend the money on a new, normal metal detector. And he was in. One day, he was happily waving his detector around when a panicked man came up to him and asked Morley if he could find a wedding ring he'd just lost. Morley swept into action and found the ring. It was an emotional moment for both the man reunited with his wedding ring, but also for Morley. He was hooked into helping people find stuff. He posted about his feel-good find online, and other metal detectorists loved the idea and said they'd enjoy doing similar good deeds. So Morley created a group of like-minded altruistic detectorists, and there are now 5,000 of them throughout the UK. Now, instead of asking to be paid to find things, once contacted, members only ask for travel costs to the location of the missing item, and then they suggest people donate something to charity if they find the item. I think it's a lovely story about how to make a hobby so much more satisfying by helping people with your kit and your skills. The poet Donna Ashworth has penned a wonderful poem about joy. Here it is. Joy does not arrive with a fanfare on a red carpet strewn with flowers of a perfect life. Joy sneaks in as you pour a cup of coffee, watching the sunlight hit your favourite tree just right. And you usher joy away because you're not ready for her. Your house is not as it should be for such a distinguished guest. But joy cares nothing for your messy home, or your bank balance, or your waistline. You see, joy is supposed to slither through the cracks of your imperfect life. That's how joy works. You cannot truly invite her. You can only be ready when she appears, and hug her with meaning, because in this very moment, joy chose you. I really love that poem. And it's so true. Joy so often surprises us in little moments. Although I do think we can make space for those moments, whether it's meeting with friends or family, taking a walk, or just pausing and taking in the day. My darling Jules and I have been enjoying the TV series Our Welsh Chapel Dream on Channel 4. Now, you may know Keith Brymer-Jones, the pottery expert on the competitive TV show The Great Pottery Throwdown. He's a master potter and the kind of man who's moved to tears by a well-shaped bowl or a satisfying handle on a mug. He and his partner Marge Hogarth, who is an all-round creative, had a mad dream to find a semi-derelict building somewhere and make it into a new home and a pottery and a community space. And they found just the right place, an old chapel and Sunday school in Pwllheli in North Wales. It had been left to rot for 14 years, but they fell in love with it. It's less of a restoration and more of a reimagining of how the space could be used as a creative hub, as well as a place for them to live, for Keith to make his ceramics, and teach apprentices his trade. The journey that they take on this restoration is wonderful television, full of emotion, tears of joy, bloody-minded practicality, humour, and a very down-to-earth yet quirky outlook on life. Whether you're a keen photographer or you just appreciate an interesting image, I strongly suggest you look up the winning photographs from the Sony World Photography Awards. Some of them are technically and aesthetically wonderful, like the photograph by Daniel Jan Jouy, who was only 16 when he took a photo at Venice Beach, California. The photo is taken in the sunset, with a mid-air skateboarder being watched by the greying silhouettes of watchers. The swirls of the concrete skate park swing towards the flying skater. The image is timeless. It's a very different image of skateboarders taken by the Italian photographer Chantal Pinzi. A group of 5 young Indian women are posing on the railings of a small concrete seating area. They are holding and leaning on their colourfully decorated skateboards, and they're all looking straight into the lens with a look that makes me think they're saying to us, "Yeah, what?" Skating is far from mainstream in India and is almost an act of defiance, of reclaiming urban spaces and showing these young women can do what they want to do. There are dozens of other intriguing pieces of visual storytelling in the Sony World Photography Awards. If you like photography, definitely spend a tea break exploring the work. What would you think about a top trumps-like trading cards game based on people you know? Well, this idea has been explored in the small town of Kawara in Japan, where cards have been made about a selection of middle-aged and older men who are known as uncles, or ojisan. Eri Miyahara is the Secretary General of the local community council and came up with the idea because he thought the younger and older generations of people in the district were becoming less and less connected. He thought it might be fun and a way for young people to get to know some of the uncles in the area. He certainly didn't expect the cards to become hotly traded by local youths and for the ojisan to become almost like local celebrities, as young people enjoyed recognizing the men depicted on the cards. It's created connections between young and old in the town and a sense of community and pride because other villages and towns have copied the project. Although I've wondered about why it features only men, I do think it's a wonderful idea, and it's ignited threads of community cohesion, which must be a good thing. And that's it for episode 3 of 5 Good Things. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the show, I'd love it if you subscribed and shared it with someone who could use a little good news in their day. I'm Charlie Budd from Chin Badger Media, and I'll be back soon with more stories to make you feel good about the world. Take care and keep looking out for those good things. This has been a SafeHouse Productions podcast.